Welcome back to Bourbon Banter Evans. Justin, this is one I've been wanting to see for a while.
This is exciting. So the new and improved Larceny bottled and bond. Wait, crap.
Nope.
Sorry. Old Fitzgerald 7-year with the cool bag.
Yes.
Bottled and bond. Let's put this aside.
It's
versus Larceny.
just now getting into the market, just now actually being available in the market, still not on the shelf per se. True?
True. Not on the shelf per se. Will be a shelf bottle per what all the upper leadership is saying.
Right.
So I say we fresh crack both of these. Let's do Larceny versus Larceny bottled. Wait. Old Fitzgerald bottled and bond. I don't know why I keep saying Larceny bottled and bond.
Well, I think that's what we're trying to figure out in this video. Is it just Larceny bottle and bond, or is it really going to be a lot different?
Yeah, and so we know. Oh,
That was a good one.
that was a good pop right there.
There we go.
Touche. So now we have Larceny versus Old Fitzgerald 7 years. So we know that Larceny coming into this was traditionally always a 6-year product, but we've also been on a barrel pick where ours was almost 8.
Yeah, and that one we can't even compare.
We can't compare that. Yeah, and so now that we know that Larceny's starting to do barrel programs again, they're doing barrel proofs and things like that. Super cool, super awesome.
Yeah.
I really like the new label.
Yeah, I do too.
The new label looks great.
And it was one of those where we were looking for the new label because it's distinctive. It gets you out there.
Yeah, it does. It brings it out. But hands down, this guy,
I know. It's just like
is a great looking
just
bottle.
like the Big Brothers.
Yeah,
over there.
And it's like, I almost want to say we should take the older versions and put it in this bottle instead of the squat one, but the squat one has so much nostalgia to it from back in the day, what the actual original decanters look like, which we could actually bring into camera. Let's see if I can do that. I'm going to jump off real quick.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you, this is one I've been looking forward to because we've seen it in the other markets, and this one I have not had it yet. I think you've tried it.
Yes, I have tried it. I haven't tried it like this, but check that out. That is an original decanter from what Old Fitzgerald did back in the day.
Yeah.
So that, I understand why they're doing the squat bottles the way they are, and I approve 100% of this message.
But
that is a good looking packaging with the bag.
And you know what? Honestly, it's a good decanter too. It's a great decanter.
Great decanter, yeah.
Finish it up. Keep it for a decanter.
What I like, and this is going to get into the retail world, I like the fact that it is a skinny bottle because it's easy to put on a shelf.
And it doesn't take up much room.
Doesn't take up much space. Your shelf space is critical in the retail world. This is a great idea.
Yeah.
So, of course, it's bottled and bond. So you have your DSP KY1, DSP KY31, which we already know that. We did a side-by-side of the 7-year versus the 10-year is completely different.
Right.
So it, to me, had more of a Larceny profile. So hence today.
Here we are.
So I say, fresh cracked. They've been breathing for a matter of moments.
And you do have some bourbon socks on?
Oh, I do have the bourbon socks on. It matches my shirt.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. And it matches the label.
I'll tell you what. So I'm going to go ahead and pour up some Larceny right now.
But let's do it just like this, just in case you guys say something.
Because if you watch our videos, you'll know exactly what we're talking about with that right there.
Oh, still is a good pop. It's tight cork. That's nice.
All right, little Larceny right here.
Old Fitz right there.
Let you have
okay, not a little Old Fitz. I heavy poured that. A lot of Old Fitz right there.
Oh, you're trying to tell us what you really think of it already?
Yeah.
All right, there we go. This one, I'm telling you, I've been looking for this bottle for a while. Ever since we've seen that it's coming out, I've been very interested in trying this. And we came up with the idea of the video because, honestly, is it Larceny bottle and bond?
And so we've been there. We've been to the distillery.
Yes.
We've seen it. The barrels are labeled Old Fitzgerald.
Yes.
That's what they do. So you got to remember there's an Old Fitz Prime. Follow, like, subscribe. All other videos are going to be mentioning Old Fitz Prime. There will actually be an Old Fitz Prime that makes a debut.
Yes.
That being said, that is not in our market. This is in our market. So Old Fitz Prime, a lot of those barrels are the same wheat mash that Heaven Hill produces. This is both Heaven Hill. Not to mention, we always say, keep an eye out for the control. This might not be a bad idea to try versus the control. We haven't tried it versus something recently.
No, we haven't.
It could be worth it. We'll see after we try. But that being said, Heaven Hill, wheat mash, Larceny, Old Fitzgerald. Now, if you go back into the history of the brand, when Old Fitzgerald was originally a Stitzel-Weller, so on and so forth, there was a % of wheat.
Right.
They are trying to duplicate that in the Old Fitzgerald line. That being said, it's the same thing for Larceny. So is the 2 proof Larceny going to taste similar to the 7-year Old Fitzgerald, or are we looking at the new precedent for 7-year
It could be.
of the 10, the 12, the 15, the 14, the 13 VVS,
Yeah.
or the 19?
Right.
So let's. I say we dig in.
All right. What you want to do first?
Oh, definitely Larceny.
All right. Let's go Larceny right now.
Cheers. What's in your glass?
Yeah. Let us know. And honestly, if you've had this product, let us know. I would love to see what you guys have to say in the comments. Getting that. I mean, Heaven Hill nose.
Yeah.
Getting that
It's
Heaven Hill nose.
the weeded mash nose, which is pretty standard.
Yep.
Smells like bourbon.
It does. I'll tell you what, though.
Slight doughy.
That's
That's the wheat. That's the wheat. That's the wheat.
That is the wheat.
But it's very slight. I like Larceny.
Mm-hmm. Now, you get that wheat on the taste
Yeah,
right
it's a
off the bat.
Very
Yeah.
soft palate.
Yes.
It's a winter wheat, if I remember correctly. It's a soft winter wheat, and
Very.
that is a very nice. It's very palatable, very easy.
Yes. I get a little bit on that first sip. I get a little bit of bite on the finish. I get a little bit of burn on the
So
finish.
you get a little proof. Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
little
get I don't get much proof, and I've said this when Larceny debuted around 2011 in our market. I believe it was 2011. If I remember correctly, as soon as it debuted, this is back when it was $19.99. I think was the shelf target price, and Weller was around $12.99 to $12.49, and I preferred Larceny when it first debuted.
Right.
And they went around and pitched it. It was great. 6-year product.
Now, second sip, the finish, I don't get the ethanol in the finish. It's a lot better to me. It's just for some reason Larceny on that first sip of mine, for me, usually I get that, but then after that, then I start getting everything else. And what we've always said, 3-sip process.
3-sip process, yes.
Yeah.
Man,
Now that's good.
yeah, I have no complaints.
No,
this
not
is
at all.
standard, easy drinking, very palatable, very soft.
And this is
It's not going to blow your mind.
no, and this is what you get right off the shelf. This is anywhere you go. Most likely, I would say in our market, you can go find this in any store that there is.
Oh yeah, for sure. I want to say what 25?
Yeah. Right now with tax and everything, I believe it was with tax was 26.
26. Okay, so again, debuted in our market around 2011 for $20, and now it's only hitting $25 after $26. That's still pretty solid.
That's solid.
Now this is double the price, $60, and after tax, I'm in at $65.
Right.
And so shout out, thank you very much to the retailers that were allowing me to get this bottle, so that we could do this exact thing.
Yeah, no, really appreciate it. Like I said, it's out there. It's not on the shelf yet, but really appreciate that retailer for letting us do this.
Yes, and that being said, I said 65 because it's 60. Technically, I paid a little bit more than that, but,
Right.
but I wanted to do MSRP
Exactly.
pricing to get an idea. But
Yep. Now,
so anyhow, 60 to 70. Let me say so.
which is, you know what? And I guess we're about to find out.
We're
gonna tell you right now what we think.
Yes. So cheers. What's in your glass?
Yep. Hey, give us that thumbs up, like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. Helps us out tremendously. Now the nose. The nose to me is a little different. I don't know if you got that.
I cheated and went to the sip.
You went to sip? Yeah.
Now the nose is definitely a little bit different. That's nice.
Ooh.
They may have done some very specific barrels to create this. It's
I
got a
think
little bit more on the tongue, the tip, as far as the proof goes.
I'm not getting the proof on the first sip on the back end. But I'll
No,
tell you,
not on the back. No,
but I see what you're saying on the front. But the one thing, I'm not getting the wheat on that at all.
No. So it doesn't seem near the same process as the Larceny as far
No.
as like the wheat, the little bit of doughy, the very easy. But that could be the proof.
Yeah. But
it's only 8 proof difference.
I know. And that's what's kind of blowing my mind. So I'm gonna have to go for a second sip. This one's a little perplexing to me, to be honest with you.
It's got a completely now knows it after you tried it. It's almost got like a spice to it.
It does. It's almost like it's got more rye to it.
Which it doesn't.
I know. But I don't know. That's just what I'm from the nose. That's what I'm getting.
Okay, here we go. Wow. To wow. To now I'm interested to know.
I know.
Is this Larceny bottled in bond, or is this just Heaven Hill bottled and bond?
It could be. But we already have a Heaven Hill 7 bottle and bond.
And it doesn't nose like that.
No. You know what? I think we might have another video we have to do. We might have to do this against Heaven Hill 7 bottle and bond.
It's a good possibility. I don't know. I think that leans just enough into the Heaven Hill world of the wheated mash that it is wheated. It's just it's very
muted.
different than that.
Second sip, I'm getting it, but this is very wheat forward to me. And I don't know if you agree with me on this, but to me, this one's very wheat forward. This one is more, I get it towards the finish. I don't get it up front.
Not up front. No,
yeah.
It's towards the end
Yes.
that you might figure out that this is a wheated product.
And
you could blind this on somebody, and I bet you they couldn't figure it out.
I would agree with you. To me, I had to take the second sip to be able to get that, because I get the spice and everything forward on the first sip. Second sip,
which could be the proof.
Could be.
It could be. But again, 100 proof versus 92 is not that big of a difference.
No, not at all. This one's going to be hard.
This is going to be very challenging. So, okay, let's go. We have enough left in our glass.
Yes, we
let's
do.
Go like we used to do.
Yep, lightning
barrel
round.
picks, lightning round, back to back, back to back.
Yeah. No.
So you want to do Larceny first? Or you want to do Old Fitz first?
I'm good with what. Let's do Old Fitz first, and then Larceny.
All right, Old Fitz, Larceny, lightning round. Then we're going to let you guys know.
And
is it worth double the price plus?
Right. And honestly, if you've had this comparison before, we would really like to see in the comments what you have to say.
Yeah. And did you like the Old Fitz? Are you happy with the price? What did you pay for it? And did you try it versus the old $25 OG? Right.
And we're not sitting here. We're not doing this on price point. Really, we're doing this on what is actually the taste.
Technically,
profile.
it's the distillery and mash bill is what it is.
Yep.
So.
That's what we're doing. All right.
It is nice. It's very nice.
Oh man,
it's not bad at all.
No, and
I'm not mad about the product and the dollar spent. It's a good whiskey. That's a good whiskey.
It is. It is.
That's soft.
It is.
That Larceny is so easy, drinkable, soft. I'm definitely not mad at Larceny for $25, but that's a good product. I'm not saying that. Now that you wait for it.
Yeah.
You get a little bit of the same thing at the tip of the tongue. It takes a little bit longer to get the similarities out of the two, but I'm on board. It's the same.
I would agree. But this one is they've done something. It's where it's aged and everything else like that.
I think it's specific barrels.
It could be,
but I think it's the same.
I would agree.
And no, I don't know. I haven't been there. We haven't seen this, but I would almost be willing to say that the batches could be different sizes. So if the batch is 2,000 barrels for one, it may be 1,500.
And so this might be more of a smaller batch.
It could be smaller.
And
we don't know that.
And no, we don't know that, and they don't have to put it on the bottle.
No,
either.
they don't. Larceny states a small batch,
yes.
but there's no legal definition to what small batch is.
Exactly.
Small batch could be 2 barrels. It could be 2 million barrels.
Right.
Yeah. So this just could be a different batch of specifically minimum 7, whereas Larceny can go younger than 7.
Yeah, and you know what? This one has not disappointed.
No.
This one is one that I've been looking forward to. I don't think you can go wrong with either one of them.
No.
Honestly, now I'm going to go to price point. I would pay the $70, between 60 and $70 for this. I would pay that any day for this.
I'm glad you said that, because that was going to be my question is it worth the price tag?
I do. I think it is.
I think the presentation, if you get the bag, there's only 3 that come in a box with a bag. There's 3 that come without the bag. This is going to be a great golf club head cover for me, because I've got a Pappy 20 head cover.
Yep.
So why not have a Larceny green bag head cover?
Exactly.
And so as some people have stated in the other videos, the tater bag,
Yep.
And so, which we don't like that term particularly,
but
I like the whiskey.
It is good. I think it's worth the price point. This right here is beyond good for the price point.
Yeah. So here's the thing. When this becomes available all the time, like Heaven Hill 7 is right now in our market,
yep.
Is this $60 good every day when it's available all the time? Packaging, in and out, pack in, pack out.
For me, yes, because I like the flavor, I like the profile of it, I love the bottle, and it's one of those where I will keep one of these as a decanter, and I will put whatever I want to in it. I'll maybe make an infinity bottle, just like we've done with some of the other ones that we've had.
Oh, the bottle's fantastic.
Yeah.
So this is my take. My take is, when it becomes readily available all the time, I will always have one.
Yep.
Uncut, unfiltered. Sorry
Yeah.
about that. We're having a little bit of attack.
We have a little bit of a go watch our first video of our bottom shelf battle, and you'll kind of see what we were dealing with.
Third one.
Well, I'm sorry, it was the third one.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So this is going to be one of those that I ultimately say needs to be at your bourbon bar all the time.
Yeah.
So when it becomes available 100% on the shelf, just like Heaven Hill 7, it's a staple. This is good. Larceny, good go-to daily, but this is as needed.
Yeah, I agree.
think it's as needed. I'm not saying that this is, for the price point, your daily drinker, if you want to call it that, if you are a daily drinker. But as far in the world of at your daily bar, it needs to be there every day.
Yeah, I think this is one that people are going to really enjoy. And just like Justin was saying right there, I don't know necessarily that it's a daily drinker, but it's one that you need to have in your collection.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure. And definitely on the bar for if people come over and want to try it, so on and so forth. It's very attractive. It's got the packaging. It's got everything it needs to say, wow, I want to try that.
Right.
Yeah. Well, Larceny is a staple, which it's been around for quite a while now, which I mentioned earlier, 2011 it debuted in this market. So that being said, that's definitely a go-to, inexpensive, everyday situation. This is more of the, hey, sophisticated.
Right. So, Justin, I'm going to put you on the spot. Is it Larceny Bottle and Bond?
Yes.
I would agree with you.
I think this is Larceny Bottle and Bond with a cool new wrapper and hands down one of the best marketing decisions of Heaven Hill known to mankind. Hey, you want to see me sell more Heaven Hill products? You want to see me sell more Larceny? Hold my beer.
Yep.
Watch this. We're going to put it in this new, amazing bottle. We're going to put it in a bag. We're going to double the price. We're going to put it bottled to bond in 7 year because we got tons of barrels available at this year age statement. And we're going to call it Old Fitz, just like the barrels instead of Larceny.
Exactly.
And we're going to sell twice as many.
Yep.
Great marketing. Great marketing.
But also great product.
Great product. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't deny it.
No.
So the marketing was worth the product was worth the marketing. Good job.
Yep. No, I'd agree with you 100%. I'm with you. I think this is Larceny Bottle and Bond, but it's different enough to be its own product.
Yes, it is. And so we will leave you on that. Cheers. What's in your glass?